Hello again. In this video, I have a new ESC I'd like to take a look at. Since I've been looking at some ESCs, I have been receiving some requests to look into different ones and their applications. This is a company called MAXKGO. It's a relatively new manufacturer. They've been around, I think, about a few years, but they're not as old as Hobbywing or others, but they do come with a lot of experience. They're focusing on ESCs that are primarily made for high voltage and heavy lift UAVs, agricultural drones, FPV drones, fixed wing aircraft, which this is what I'm going to use for, and high powered RC cars and robotics. These ESCs are using an open source software like the AM32 on this one, and I just want to go through what they've sent for me and how we're going to set this up for success on one of my jets. Okay, so let's see what's in this package. Let's take everything out. Again, the name of the company is MAXKGO. This is a 5 to 14S 100A ESC, and it's the firmware. It's based on the AM32 package. Okay, here I have two main wires. This is the ESC link where we're going to use to connect this to the firmware, the configurator, AM32 configurator. These are the connectors to, this is the, I think one is telemetry, the other is for controlling the ESC. Here is the ESC itself. We need to do some soldering. 5 to 14S 100A ESC. Some massive capacitors on this. It's at maxko.com. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I'll call it MAXKGO. Looks pretty nice. So here we're going to be connecting the ground, the black and the positive from the battery. Okay, it's battery supply. And on this side is the motor supply, which I don't have any wires. I'm going to have to get some wires for the motor supply. Typically, I use about a 12 gauge wire for this. And then the connectors are the same connectors as my, whatever the motor is requiring on the EDF side. I also would most likely put a shrink tube around this, shrink wrap around this to avoid any kind of contact. These connectors, you could see, yeah, these are the battery connectors, and on this side you're going to have your 3 wires. One is, the middle one is signal, ground signal, and telemetry. And then the bottom, same thing. The telemetry is on the left here. All right. The manual is here, and the wiring diagram basically is shown in this. First thing I'm going to do is fabricate it and then show the results here. And then from there we're going to install it in the EDF and see how it does. But let me tell you a little bit about this. This is, obviously it's a 5S to 14S ESC, which is 18.5 volts to 58.8 volts. It's got 100 amp continuous current and 130 burst. The processor on this is an ARM Cortex-based 32-bit MCU, and it's running at 120 megahertz. This supports a communication protocol for ESCs, including the standard servo PWM, the D-Shot 300, and the D-Shot 600. And the telemetry on this thing includes the battery voltage, the current, the ESC temperature, and motor RPM. This also has protection features to help prevent any damage. These features include low voltage protection, over temperature protection, motor stall protection, low speed, and locked rotor protections. Anyhow, the upgrades on the firmware can be found on the AM32 configurator, again using the ESC link that they have, and you could purchase or they supply. Without further ado, I'm going to start building this and then show the results. Again, we're going to use 12 gauge wires here and most likely 10 gauge wires here on this side. 10 or possibly 12 as well. Here's the layout. On this end, we have the motor. These are the connectors I'm going to be soldering. I have 12 gauge wires going into the ESC here. We have the shrink wrap that was provided. Here's the ESC shrink wrap provided by MAXKGO. And then I have the control, ground, signal, and telemetry wires connect here in the middle. And then I have, this is a OPTO ESC. There's no voltage or BEC power from this. So I'm going to have to draw, this is the main battery connection. I'm going to draw some power from here that goes into my BEC, external BEC that I already have on my aircraft. And this basically goes up to my, you'll see the connectors, the battery connectors. You can have your own style here. Mine is the XT150. So this is the layout. I'll be soldering this in here, and next I'll show you where this thing is going to be sitting. This is the existing ESC on my aircraft. That's connected to a BEC, and this is a 20 amp BEC. Existing ESC is 120 amp ESC going into the motor. And here's the motor. It's a Turnigy 500 kV aero drive. So this should be pretty good for this ESC to be proven. And here are the motor wires that would be connecting into the new ESC. So I chose this aircraft to prove it because it's a simple replacement right here, a very comparable ESC and BEC. Even though this is not a soldering video, this is about the ESC and the fabrication of the ESC, I do want to point out that in order to make sure these are not cold, there's no any cold joint, I applied a little bit of flux first, and then made sure that there's enough temperature. And when you pull this, it should not come off, right? You don't want any cold joints. That's a good test. Okay, this is the same thing for all of them. You don't want to make it super hot, just enough that melts it and has this shiny look. Okay, just make sure that you don't have any cold joints. Okay, one end is finished. This is the motor side. Put the shrink wrap here as well, that was provided. You want to make sure you cover all of it. Here I'm a little bit off, but that's okay. So here's the end of fabrication. I have added my power supply These are the supplied 10 gauge wires. I opted to tap into here instead of putting him here because I didn't want this wire. Anyways, I could have put this here at these connections, but I decided to just put it here. Here are the signal, ground, and telemetry connections, and the motor connections. These are some massive capacitors. The airflow is right through here, and there's some heat dissipation here as well. Next step is to do the programming and making sure that this complies with the motor that I have with respect to timing. The next step is to do the programming on the AM32 configurator. And you go to this website, am32.ca, and click on the configurator. And here, I would go ahead and connect my ESC with the ESC link, and it'll show up here. Here's the setup. I have the ESC link connected here, and it's going into my USB port. So we would connect the battery, and it should come up. I connected the battery. Now you connect, press connect, and this comes up, and you want to read what's on the ESC. You read it, and it goes in this mode. It's reading, and there you go. This is the inputs from the ESC. Now I have inputted this information for my purposes. You would do, if you have whatever motor you have to apply the requirements. This is a timing. You know, you have to, for my specific case, I have the SKM motor, so I have a 15 degrees timing, 50% power, and a 500 kV motor. And 24, I've put that at fixed. It's a 14 pole motor. The beeper volume is just at 5, it's a default. And then I have the 24 gigahertz PWM frequency. Ramp rate, I just left these as they were. I have turned off the low voltage cutoff. I normally don't use that. If you want it, you could go ahead and set it to whatever you want. I have the sinusoidal startup on as standard. The brakes are off for me. I don't use the brake. And the rest is just the servo thresholds. It's just the, 2000 is on the high threshold and 1000 low, and neutral is 1500. This is pretty typical. So this is how you do it. And then what you do is you have to save it. We make your changes. Okay, let's say I made a change here to, let's say I take it to 14, right? This turns red. So if I go in here and I want to save it, it'll save it on my ESC, and that, okay, and this turns green. So I'm going to go back and put it at 15. Okay, watch that. I'm going to go press save. It goes green. So that means it's reading, it's saving it on the ESC. And then if I go ahead and read what's on the ESC, it comes up and it tells me exactly what's on there. So it saved everything. What I would do when I first connect, I would go ahead and assign the port, get the port that, select the port first, right? So mine comes to port 7. So I click on that and I connect. That's the way to do it. And it says it's connecting. And then we're going to read what's on it. And here we go. you have to make sure for this servo, I have selected as protocol the servo PWM. You have options here. You have D-Shot, auto, and other protocols. So I have selected servo. You can also go auto, but I've selected servo. And the other thing is, this is the startup power at 50%. Anyways, these are the settings. There you go. So it's very simple. And then you can save your configuration somewhere. Initially, when you start, why don't you save what you start with, the default, so that if you mess it up, you can always go back. So that's very easy. So that's what we did. ESC is back in the aircraft. I placed it right where the other one was. Connected the BEC power to the connector that I installed. I'm going to hide this under here. And I'm not connecting the telemetry at this time. So I just took it out and shrink wrapped it so there's no issues. I'm just using the signal and the ground. And it works fine. Okay, it's connected, put the battery in. We're gonna do a throttle calibration. And the way I do that is I turn on the transmitter, I go full throttle and connect my battery. It's gonna beep and then lower my throttle. And that's it. So this looks good so far. We're going to go ahead and fly the model, see how it performs. I will take some amperage measurements and see whether the ESC is going to get hot or how it responds in flight. That's the ultimate test for me. And hopefully it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be, but we're going to test it out. This seems to be pretty simple to set up. The only thing was the soldering of the components and the wires. If you're comfortable with that, this is a good value. I mean, at up to 14S 100 amp for the price that this comes with, everything is pretty good. And I've already set it up, and we'll be taking this for a spin. And I'm sure you'll hear about it. So far, so good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next. Thank you.